Yes, good evening, guys.
Good evening, sir.
So, what we discussed last time regarding your starting, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So, uh, small mistake there I mentioned in the group also, right? That everyone has understood that thing, isn't it? Your operating water, de-sludge water, and third one was displacement water. So, function is clear to everyone of these three waters. Tell me, guys, is it clear for these three? What is the function of these three?
Yes, sir.
According to this diagram, according to this diagram, what we discussed previously about your auto d/slash line diagram and what is happening actually, okay, how the sequence of operation is happening. So that what we have discussed previously, and now we will maybe write it somewhat, okay, for those who need a written part of it. So everyone has this drawn this drawing, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, this sealing water is mainly for oil
Sealing
to
water
not
is for
discharge out, right?
what? Sealing water is for?
Oil to not discharge out, right?
Yes. Actually,
True.
the thing
But
is,
mm,
I'll tell you it. Now, this is known as displacement water also. It is known as sealing water also. Okay. Now,
both are
what
same.
happened? Yes. Now, what is happening is, see, this water, okay, it is coming here, entering inside, and this water itself is making the interface. Tell me,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
displacement water or your sealing water is coming down and it is making the interface, right? So, it is not allowing oil to go to your water side.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that is why it is known as sealing water. It is sealing the purpose. It is not allowing this oil to go out from the water side. Okay.
So sealing water and displacement water are same, right?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
All right. So now we'll go for the procedure of it. So what will be the position of my recirculation valve or three-way valve? It will be in recirculation mode during the starting time, isn't it? When the purifier is in stop condition, the three-way solenoid, which is over here, okay, this will be in the recirculation mode. Agreed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So starting time here, three-way solenoid is in recirculation mode. Also, certain checks you have to do before starting a purifier, right? You have to check the sump level. Check if brake is disengaged. And the line is set for the service tank, right? This is all the normal things that we are checking. Normally, line is already set. We are not touching anything, right? So this is okay. But the brake, we have to check if it is engaged or not, right? The sump level also we are checking it, isn't it? Now, what should be my next step during starting time? What should I do? Tell me.
Supply sealing water.
No. First,
Start
I
the
will start
motor.
the feed pump. First, I will start the feed pump, and I will open the steam for the tank, for the heater. Agreed? Because it will take some time for the fuel oil to come at the required temperature, right? So I'll start the
Yes,
feed
sir.
pump first.
Yes.
The first step will be start feed pump.
Sir,
Yes.
what if the purifier is having inbuilt pump then in that scenario?
Then it will, then you will start the motor, the purifier feed pump will start. You just start the motor, along with it, attached pump will be there. Normally it is there in Mitsubishi self ejectors. There will be attached pump on the on the shaft itself, horizontal shaft with a safety joint in between, right?
Yes.
Attached pump,
Yes,
gear
sir.
pump is there. Okay. So when you start the motor, it will itself start and it will start recirculating between their heaters. Okay. So in that case, you don't need to separately start the this thing, right? Your pump. But most of the purifiers will have separate this pumps. Okay, feed pumps.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So start purifier. What I was going to write? Feed pump.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर सम्प लेवल में ऑयल जो होता है उसका क्या नाम होता है?
एक मिनट बताता हूँ. Open. Let me write it. Otherwise,
ओके
flow to
ओके
it.
सर.
Huh? Start purifier feed pump. It is gear oil 220. Yeah. So is it?
ओके सर.
आप डालते हो ना ये सब? GRXP 220 gear oil.
यस सर.
Yeah. So now purifier feed pump is start. Then we will open the steam valve for heater. Okay. Now the oil will start to get heat up. Okay. Slowly and slowly. It will take some time. Okay. Now ensure air for solenoid valves are open. Okay. This is normally every time it is open, but you should at least have a look. Sometimes if your solenoid valves are not operating, you will be, focusing around all other things. You will be thinking that solenoid valve has malfunction. But if this air is not open, then what? Agreed? Okay. So you have to check this air for the solenoid valve is open. Then start purifier movement. Okay. Now, after starting the purifier motor, always keep an eye on ampere of the motor. Later on today, we will discuss about the ampere characteristics or the motor characteristics curve also we will discuss. There I will discuss much further about the ampere thing, okay, about the motor. So you have to check the ampere, it should not cross too much, okay. Initially it will go up, but later on it will start to come down. As the purifier will pick up the RPM, the ampere will come down. So when amps comes down, what does it mean?
Purifier has picked up its RPM.
That
Attempt with
means
rated RPM.
purifier has attained its rated RPM. Okay, once the suppose this is your ammeter, okay, and this is 0, 10, 20, 25. So first, initially, as soon as you start the motor, it will straight away jump to 25 and it will stay there for some time, and then slowly, slowly it will start to reduce, and finally come to the whatever the rated normal current is, about 5 amps or 6 amps. Okay, depending upon your purifier, it will start to get reduced. Once it comes to the reduced ampere, that means my pickup has been happened. My RPM has been picked up. Okay, now I'm ready to start my purifier. Agreed. यहाँ पे start purifier motor था सिर्फ. Okay, now I will start purifier. You're pressing a button na, to start the purifier. Now we will discuss what all the sequence of operation that is happening. So पहले क्या जाएगा?
Sealing water.
Water interface will create.
First will be your operating water. Operating water will close it.
Bowl closing water.
Yeah, operating water. That means goes to close sliding button. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is solenoid valve number 1 is for de-sludge, 2 is for operating, 3 is for displacement. Okay. Number 2. So solenoid number 2 will activate, right? And after time timing has been complete according to timer. Normally it is for almost 2 to 3 seconds, according to timer. Solenoid valve number 2 off. Agreed? My sliding ball has closed. Now what?
अभी
अब
डिस्प्लेसमेंट
सीलिंग
वाटर जाएगा सर
Now
सीलिंग वाटर
displacement water or sealing water or displacement water. Okay. So displacement water goes to fill valve, and while doing so, it will loosen up the sludge or soften the sludge. Agreed? If there is any sludge present in the disc stack or something, it will loosen up slightly with the water. Okay. So the solenoid valve number, which one was it? Number 3, I guess. So solenoid valve number 3 opens and closes according to timer. Normally it is about 5 seconds. Timer about 5 seconds. Okay. Then solenoid valve number 3 is going to close. Agreed? Now what? What will the third operation?
सर डिस्लज
De-sludge. So now the de-sludge water is going to open.
यस सर
That means solenoid valve number 1. Okay, it is going to open. And once it opens, what is happening? De-sludge.
amperage will
De-sludge hoga. That means the sliding ball is come down.
yes sir
एम्पेयर बढ़ जाएगा फिर
amperage will increase suddenly
Amps increase. And then RPM drop, right? Purifier RPM will drop. Whenever induction motor, okay, if the load comes on induction motor, its RPM drops. Okay, momentarily its RPMs drop on the induction motor. So the motor used here is induction motor, right? Three-phase
यस सर
induction motor. Okay. So
थ्री फेज
induction
यस
motor, the property hai, if the load is going to increase, the RPM is going to drop. Okay. Hence the RPM of your bowl is also going to drop. Okay. That is why the ampere is going up. And when the ampere comes back to its initial value, that means it has already picked up the drop in the RPM which has happened over here. Is it okay? Now after de-sludge has happened, you will close the de-sludge water. Solenoid valve number 1 closes according to timer. Second. Now my de-sludge has happened. Now what?
सर अगेन ऑपरेटिंग वाटर विल गो
So I will write in short. Now solenoid valve number number 1 is for medium.
2
Number 2.
2 is for displacement,
नंबर
right?
2
So solenoid valve number 2 opens and closes according to time. Okay. So it has filled your bowl with water now for the interface purposes, right? Now, what will happen? Oh, sorry. Operating
नहीं
water
सर,
तो
ये
ये
बाउल क्लोजिंग
अभी
वाटर है
अभी
ना।
डिस्प्लेसमेंट
close
वाटर
नहीं
आएगा ना
किया.
सर
Sorry.
ये
Bowl close नहीं
SU2 भरा हुआ था सर, आपको सिखा के बाउल क्लोजिंग लिखना था।
ये कोई बात नहीं. Solenoid valve closes. Okay. Now, solenoid valve number 2 opens and
एंड बाउल क्लोजेस
operating water goes, right? Solenoid valve number 2 Sure. According to time. So now this thing has my solenoid valve, my sliding ball has come up. Now I can give my displacement water, right? So solenoid valve number 3 opens
No, sealing water.
and displacement water goes in. Okay. Solenoid valve number 3 close according to time. The next is, now what will happen? Then now the three-way solenoid valve is going to change from recirculation to feed. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Three-way recirculation, three-way solenoid valve. Changes from recirculation mode to feed inlet. So when the feed inlet starts to go, next step is I will be getting some back pressure, right? Around 1.5 bar, okay, which is a normal value that I'm giving you. Sometimes it can be 1.8, 2.2 also for some purifiers. So the range goes from 1.5 to 2.1. Okay, we have discussed about it previously also. Also check if any leakage is there from the de-sludge port. So what I was saying is, like, sometimes surveyors do ask you like the sequence of operation. Okay, they will ask you about how the purifier is getting started. How will you start purifier manually? Okay, if the control system is not working, how you will start the manually? So you understood now what all to operate at what time?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And
Understood. Sir, but
bypass valve is to adjust the feed inlet, isn't it? Okay. Now the purifier is running normally and it is going to run for, if it is a fuel oil purifier, for next 2 hours, and after 2 hours it is going to de-sludge. Agreed. Now what will happen during de-sludge?
the recirculation valve will go in recirculation, sir, first, and feed will stop.
So first will be recirculation mode, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That means my three-way solenoid valve has changed, right?
Yes, sir.
Next is
Feed will be stopped.
already
Feed
stopped,
stop
right?
हो गया
Recirculation
ऊपर
mode.
में.
Now my
Now
Sealing water.
displacement water.
displacement water or sealing water, that is solenoid valve number 3, opens and close according to timer, right? Then the third one is
Bowl opening water.
what
Dislodging
it
water.
does now. Why it is displacement? Why it is known as displacement? What is a thing that it is, the name
It is doing
has
the
been given?
conditioning of the water. It is loosening the sludges.
And
See,
even pushing up the remaining oil up.
displacement water is given because you will be having, before giving displacement water, you will be having, fuel oil over here. Agreed? Agreed? Bolo.
Yes, sir.
You will be
Yes,
having
sir.
fuel oil. When the water is going to come, this displacement water is going to come. Okay, it is going to be accumulating over here. Agreed? Bolo.
Yes,
Is
yes,
it
sir.
going to accumulate on the outer side?
Yes, sir.
Water. Huh? So this water is going to push the remaining oil out from the feed and outlet. Agreed? So it is displacing your oil from the inside, isn't it?
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's why the name has been given displacement water. Okay, also it is loosening the sludge. That is also a process that whatever sludge will be accumulated onto your plates and all, that will be loosened. But the name displacement water has come from here. Okay, it is displacing the feed inlet, the oil from your inside the purifier. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, if the displacement water has been like the quantity has been increased or decreased, the interface, the location of the interface would be changed, right? So how it is decided that this much amount of displacement water would be fed?
Displacement water is filled until it starts to overflow from the water side.
Okay.
It will start coming out from the water side, and till that time you see when you have to do the manual purifiers. Now these are all auto purifiers. You're working on the timers. I have done manual purifiers also. So what time we have to give this sealing or displacement water is when I will see there will be one outlet on a water outlet, and we open a knob jahan se we are seeing the de-sludge is happening or not, or sorry, overflow is happening or not. There is a knob, na? We are all checking after de-sludge by opening it and checking if it is leaking or not.
Okay.
Have you done that?
Yes,
So
sir.
if water starts to come out from there during this, when I'm filling the displacement water, that is the time when I have to stop giving displacement water. That is enough. Okay. But in auto purifiers, it is already decided for so many seconds. If I give, it will obviously starts to overflow. So they are deciding that according to the timer. Okay. The quantity.
Okay.
Normally about 8 to 10 liters, but it will depend upon how big is your purifier and all those things. Okay. Now solenoid valve 3 opens and closes according to timer. That was for sealing water or your displacement water, right?
Displacement water.
After displacement water, what will happen?
De-sludge water.
That means solenoid valve 1 opens,
One.
de-sludge. Okay, all those things will come, ampere rise. Okay, all those things will come, and then we are going to, according to timer, it will close.
Yes.
What next? Now my sliding ball again has to close, right?
Ball closing water. Yes,
I will give
SV2.
ball closing water. That means my solenoid valve
SV2.
number
Two.
2 will open. That is my operating water goes, and it will close my sliding ball so that de-sludge ports can be closed. Okay, opens, sliding ball closes. Okay, and according to timer, it stops. Now, when you have to mention, this thing, like if you have to do manually, suppose you have to operate this valves manually. So solenoid valve number 3 was for what? 3 किसके लिए था?
Oh, displacement water.
Displacement water. So at least about 5 to 6 seconds we have to open it, or otherwise you can even check up, de-sludge, the plug you can open. Okay, de-sludge plug on your purifier, where you are seeing if the purifier is overflowing or not, and manually see with a torchlight that water starts to come out from here. When you're giving this water to the recirculation, this thing, okay, if for your displacement water you are given, but how long you have to give? You have to see until it overflows from the water side. Is it clear?
So is it applicable for all the 3 waters?
All?
Is it applicable like this
No.
scenario which you have mentioned?
No. Only I'm telling about right now is about your displacement water or the sealing water. Okay. How long you have to give this water? It will depend until the water starts overflowing from the water side. Clear?
And sir, in what aspect we will decide like how much we want to give the sludge water or the operating water, sir?
That's I'm coming to that only now. Okay, but this is clear first of all.
हाँ जी.
So
Okay,
water
now
starts coming from which side?
water outlet.
Sludge
Water
port.
outlet.
Water outlet. Okay.
Water outlet का sludge port रहता है ना? ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
So you will see the water coming from there. Now,
And sometimes, sir, hoppers are also there on the top of the purifier, right?
yes, hoppers are there. That means you will fill the hopper and then we will open the wall from the bottom and it will start going inside.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now solenoid 1 open. Solenoid 1 was for
These
So
de-sludge.
de-sludge
Okay.
water.
De-sludge.
De-sludge.
Now This happens very, very quickly. Within 1 to 2 seconds, it will happen. So you have to open the de-sludge water, 1-2 second wait, and then again close the de-sludge water. Okay. Within seconds, your hydraulic pressure will overcome the centrifugal pressure on your pilot valve, and pilot valve will open and it will drain the water. Okay, immediately. And your ports will come down. Within 1 to 2 seconds, everything happens. You can again close it. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Then sliding bowl. This is again from 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, you have to open it for 2 to 3 seconds. And then you can leave it there only because it will stop at that point. Okay, after 2 to 3 seconds, it will stop. All right. So is it clear the timing difference? How much is it is required? Okay.
सर डिस्लेज वाटर को ओपनिंग वाटर भी बोल सकते हैं
Opening water, yes. De-sludge water is also known as opening water.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, can you just confirm once again the bowl closing timing?
Bowl closing. About
Ah.
2 to 3 seconds you give water, it will close.
Because sir, I have also done the manual one, no? And I
Yeah.
checked the PDF. It was saying 25 to 30 seconds. That's why.
That 25 to 30 seconds is to RPM to pick, not for the sliding bowl.
Because
20
instead it was
seconds.
written 25.
20 seconds is generally given the time for when the RPM drops, right? Once you de-sludge. So RPM is going to drop. Then you're going to check the ampere. Agreed? And you will see the ampere has come down. Once the ampere you come
Yes,
down,
sir.
then you will come and you will do this part. That is about 2 to 3 seconds. And then अगर combine करो तो उसको around 23 seconds आ जाता है total process. So maybe
Yes,
they
sir.
have
Yes,
given
sir.
in combined state, might they have given. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now I'll show you in the manual also this part. Okay. It will be given in manual also. Now
Yes, sir.
solenoid valve sliding ball closes. Now what? Again, I have to give sealing water or
Three.
operating water, right? That means
Sorry. Yes, sir.
solenoid valve number 3 opens. Okay. And closes according to timer. Then the sixth part, that is 3-way solenoid valve will open.
So firstly, 3-way should be changed to feed, right?
No, at the last it will be changed, na? अभी मेरा द्वारा purifier start हो रहा है ना? After de-sludge it will again come back to normal, right?
Achha. Oh, 3. Okay. Open.
Then check and maintain back pressure.
So this you gave the desludging process in manual or in auto?
You can say it in both the terms. दोनों में आपको you have sequence of operation will be same only, right? But the timer, you don't know the timer points I have given you, how much time it is going to take.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
If you have the same purifier which is running in auto mode, all purifiers are nowadays auto only. But suppose some problem comes with your control system and all, then still you have to run the purifier, isn't it? So you have to manually control these valves and the sequence of operation I have given you. Okay. The one that I have done in that manual purifier, in that this bypass valve has to be operated manually. Feed inlet valve has to be operated manually. The feed inlet and recirculation valve will be 2 valves there. Okay. यहाँ पे तो 3-way है. There will be 2 valves that I have to adjust manually. Okay. I have to open these waters manually in order to do all this process. Okay. And the 25-second that you're saying, that is only for the RPM to pick up again. Okay. So you have to wait until the RPM has picked up, then only you're going to give feed. Otherwise it is going to overflow, right? If your RPM has not picked up. So that is why they might have given 25 seconds, but 25 seconds water nahi doge aap for a bowl to close. It will close immediately. Huh? So can you now
Okay,
answer how the purifier is starting, how the purifier is desludging, how to do manual desludge, or how to start manual purifier? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Sir, while operating solenoid valves in manual mode, is there any knob or something like that?
Switch रहता है. I told you in previous class, there is a switch on the solenoid valve. Okay, I don't have a photograph right now of a solenoid valve, but there will be one switch. Okay, and there will be 2 points that you can put it on. You can either put it on like this or on that part. Okay. So with that, you can adjust when to open it or to close it. Okay. You might have
Yes,
seen
sir.
these switches and all. Sometimes when purifier is getting overhauled, after that, you are checking if the water is coming from the water pairing list down below, right? Water distribution ring is there.
Yes, sir.
So you're checking that water is coming from there or not. So you have to manually operate the solenoid valve there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So there will be one switch on the
So
solenoid
water
valve
supplying
itself.
device, no?
Yes, water supplying device. Okay. You're checking that, no? The flow of the water during your
Yes,
overhauling
sir.
time.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So manually you are switching on the solenoid valve to check if the water pressure is okay or not. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can I move forward?
इसे स्क्रीनशॉट ले लेते सारा का एक बार
एंड में लेते हैं, ठीक है, तो
ओके
जल्दी
फाइन
कर
सर
लेते हैं इसको, ठीक है.
ओके
I want to finish it actually. Yeah. I want to go to some other parts. So this is a general figure how your vertical and horizontal shaft is connected over here. We are going to discuss little bit about it now, okay, and about your vertical height and all those parts. Okay, so just please draw this diagram, okay, and I'll come in a minute. Okay. So in this diagram, you can see the arrangement in which your purifier vertical and horizontal shafts are mounted. Okay. You can see I have a brake over here. Okay. I have a brake which will be engaging onto my centrifugal clutch. Okay. This centrifugal clutch is connected to my horizontal shaft. Okay. This is my horizontal shaft. This is my motor. This is the motor shaft. On the motor shaft, I have, this is known as boss. Okay. Friction boss. This is known as friction boss. Onto the friction boss, you can see some slots are given, right? These are the slots in the friction boss. Okay. Onto these slots, my friction pads are there. So when the motor is going to rotate, this friction boss is going to rotate with it because it is mounted on the same shaft. Agreed? Guys, you can hear me, right?
yes agreed sir
Okay. So once the friction boss is rotating, it will exert a centrifugal force onto these friction pads. These friction pads will be pushed outwards, centrifugal force, right?
yes sir
So when the friction pads are pushed outwards, it will come in contact with my friction clutch inner part. Agreed? Inner part, it will come in contact, and there will be friction happening between the centrifugal clutch and my friction pad. And due to this friction, my horizontal shaft rotates. Okay. Now this is your oil seal on both sides. Oil seals will also come. Okay. Bearings will also come, which I have not drawn over here. Okay. यहाँ पे bearing भी आएगा and seal भी आएगा. I will write in both in same terms. Okay. Bearing
सर
and
वो एक बार रिपीट कर देंगे क्या प्लीज सर, मैं थोड़ा लैग हो गया था सर.
okay. So once Okay, let us just first of all discuss the construction part of it. Okay, so you have a motor. On the motor, my friction boss is connected. On the friction boss, I have few slots. Okay, normally it is around 4, 6, 3, 4, 6. You can normally कितना friction pads लगाते हैं? Normally 3 to 4, right?
Yes, sir.
The
Either
4
3 or 4. Okay, purifier to purifier, it depends. Okay, 3 to 4 you
frictional
put
catches.
the
Yes, sir.
friction pads. Okay, so slots will be given on the friction boss, which is connected to my motor shaft.
Yes, sir.
Agreed. Okay. Now I have a centrifugal clutch which is mounted onto my horizontal shaft.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Onto the horizontal shaft, I have a gear. Worm and worm wheel arrangement is there, right? Vertical shaft has a gear, its separate gear, and horizontal shaft has its separate gear. They will mesh with each other in order to transmit power. इसको बोलते हैं worm and worm wheel, isn't it? Worm and worm wheel arrangement. Agreed. What is
Yes,
this,
sir.
Jay?
सर वो सर पूछ रहे थे ना वो नॉब का
हाँ,
है क्या, वो
okay.
सोलेनोइड वाला जो नॉब रहता है ना उसका फोटो है.
Yes, you can see the knobs here, right? Switches are provided over here, right? Agreed. So these switches you have to operate in order to operate the walls. Okay. Can you see?
Yes,
थोड़ा
sir.
सा,
Thank you, sir.
it is slightly photograph just like this, but there's knobs provided there.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Jay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you,
So
Jay.
you have this gears arrangement. Okay. You have a worm and worm wheel arrangement gear. One gear will be there onto your horizontal shaft, and one gear will onto your uh, vertical shaft. Okay. And they will be meshed with each other. Now, if my horizontal shaft will rotate, my vertical shaft will also rotate. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On top, I have a bearing, ball bearing,
Rest over company.
and I have a neck bearing also, which have internal springs arrangement. Okay, that is to reduce the vibration. Okay, वहाँ पे vibrations को absorb करने के लिए you have been given a top neck bearing. आपने देखा होगा, right? There's a like this, and inside a bearing will come. Okay, shaft will go from here, and few strings, and your it will be like this. It is to absorb the vibrations of your purifier. Okay, I will show you later on. Now on the bottom part, I will be having two bearings, which will known as thrust bearings. Okay, two in number. And on below that, you will be having a spring and then a metal ball. Okay, I will just draw in different way. We'll be having a spring and a metal ball down below, and then one adjusting screw is given like this. Okay, so this all part will be submerged in the lube oil itself. Okay, ये सब lube oil में submerged रहता है. Okay, and I have down below one adjusting bolt. Has somebody has operated this bolt during checking your vertical heights and all? Somebody has adjusted. Normally, Westphalia purifiers will have this. Mitsubishi will also have it. Okay, not all models, but Westphalia normally all models have this vertical height adjusting bolt. Okay, Mitsubishi normally, a lot of purifiers Mitsubishi also have this height adjusting bolt down below. Okay, so if you screw it up, your vertical shaft will go up slightly. Agreed? If you screw this vertical height adjusting bolt up, then whole assembly of my vertical shaft is moving up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it is a height adjusting bolt. Only for few you are allowed to adjust. Other than that, if your vertical height changes and all, then only the thing problem will come of the thrust bearings. You have to replace these thrust bearings to mm, bring your vertical height back into the original part. And also some purifiers in older times used to give shims arrangement. Okay, you can add shims below your bearing part to increase the vertical height in older times. Nowadays that is gone. You have this vertical height adjustment bolt, and then you have the next best option is to change the bearings. Okay.
Sir, could you please
Yes.
repeat that neck bearing, the function of neck bearing?
I'll come to that. Don't worry. Huh? What is
Okay.
this?
So I have sent you a photo.
This is too much technically. You can see over here the spring and the ball arrangement and your height adjusting bolt. Okay, this is a height adjusting bolt, and here your thrust bearings are coming. Okay, and then your pinion gear. This is your see. यहाँ पे आप देखो. You have this top bearing, right, which is your ball bearing, right, and then you have this neck bearing part. Okay, you can see the springs inside it. I will show you it from the manual. Okay, it's very not very clear here. I will show it in the manual part, the diagram part of it. Okay, from
Okay,
there
sir.
you will understand. So the main purpose of this complete housing is to whatever the vibrations are getting created onto your shaft, you have to absorb it, isn't it? Otherwise your purifier will vibrate a lot. Agreed? And that vibration is absorbed by the top housing of the neck bearing housing. Okay, neck bearing housing बोलते हैं इसको.
Sir, this vertical height adjustment bolt,
Yeah.
it is attached to the body, or sir या तो ये shaft में ही होता है sir
No,
ये
see, this
shaft
is the
के
body.
अंदर.
This is the body, right? This is complete the body. It is right, and it will be having some threads. So if I screw these threads up, will this complete bolt will go up?
Yes, sir, it will come up.
Yeah. And if I'm going to loosen it up, then the complete vertical shaft will come little bit down. Agreed?
Yes,
So
sir.
by this way, I can adjust the height of your vertical shaft. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And it is only for few only 2 to 3 you can do it. Otherwise, if it is more less vertical height, or then you have to change the bearings. Thrust bearings might have worn out, and you have to change the bearings. Best option is to change the bearing. But if
The
you have
thrust
1 or
bearing,
2 misalignment, 1 or 2 misalignment is there, not misalignment, the vertical height is less, then you have to go for just do it from your vertical height adjusting bolt in order to bring the vertical height into its range. Okay, so the parts is clear to everyone. You will also be having bearings onto this side. Okay, and onto this side also you'll be having oil seals. These are oil seals. Okay, and this is bearing. Take the shaft weight, right? Horizontal shaft weight has to be taken, right? So you'll be having bearings and your oil seals on both the sides. Okay, on the horizontal shaft.
sir, what is this thrust bearing precisely for, sir?
Thrust bearing.
So what is the function of this thrust bearing? Like, why do we provide
So
it? Just to
when your purifier is going to get de-sludge, okay, so you have a bowl over here. Agreed?
yes,
So
sir.
during de-sludge, okay, there will be locking bolt also, right? Very important bolt. Now during de-sludge,
sir.
the whole weight of my vertical shaft comes down. Agreed?
Yes,
During
sir.
de-sludge, the whole weight of the bowl and the
Sliding bolt.
oil inside it and whatever it is inside it, okay, it is going to act on your vertical shaft. Your
Yes,
motor
sir. Yes,
is
sir.
right now revolving at 1800 rpm. Okay,
Yes, sir.
whole weight is going to come down onto the vertical shaft. Your ampere is going to rise. But who is taking this
Yes.
load? The downward sudden load. It is taken by the thrust bearing. You have to take the thrust, right, which is coming downwards.
Okay, okay.
Okay, that is why two thrust bearings are provided over here. Okay, and down below a spring is also given to, your when the vertical shaft load will come, you have to take that thrust. That's why the spring and ball arrangement is given down below. Okay. Now always remember, whenever you're going to box up your purifier, na, okay, I don't know how many of you have seen vertical shaft overall on board the ship, but sometimes what peoples are, normally what I have observed doing mistake for this bearing, okay, ball bearing. Normally the numbers should face upward. Okay, numbers should face upward, but it does not matter if you face it downward also. It does not matter in this type of bearing, but thrust bearing is critical. Okay, thrust bearing is not कि आप किसी भी side से उसको डाल दो. In this part, the numbers should face downward. So every bearing, there will be number, right? Written on top of it, right?
Yes, sir.
So in this bearing, the thrust bearings, when you install it onto your vertical shaft, if this is the state right now, okay, if this is the state right now of the vertical shaft, the numbers should face downward. For example, if this shaft is inverted, this is the gear part. If I have inverted the shaft, where should the numbers should face? Downward. Now inverted shaft is inverted right now. If I'm going to put the two bearings here, what should be my numbers facing? My numbers should be facing up.
Upwards, sir.
है ना, उल्टा कर दिया शाफ्ट को तो अपवर्ड आएगा ना. ठीक है. So always remember, whenever, if this is the state of the shaft right now, okay, it is right now in this state, the numbers on the bottom or your thrust bearing should always face downward, and numbers on the top bearing should always face upward. Similarly, the bearings numbers on the horizontal shaft should face outward on both the sides. Okay. Ball bearing does not create so much of problem if you put it other way around also, but not the thrust bearing. The thrust part is the downward side. So we have to put it in the correct way. Otherwise, bearing will break as soon as your purifier will start and de-sludge. Clear?
Sir, we have two thrust bearings, right?
Yes.
So both will be facing outwards.
Both will be facing downwards. Okay.
Wait,
अगर
wait,
सीधा
downwards.
सीधा रखा है, दोनों bearing will be facing downward. Numbers will be facing downward. This is the most common problem that I have observed my 4th engineers are making. Okay, and first de-sludge itself, they will break this bearing. Okay. All right. Now let us go how it is operating. Right. Can I erase all this lafda over here? Yeah. We'll discuss it. Very good.
Yes, sir.
So I have a motor. How much is my motor RPM? Around 1800 RPM. How much is my purifier RPM? Around 8000
7,000 to 8,000.
Let us take one example, 8000 RPM. Okay, normally 6 to 8000 RPM के बीच में it lies somewhere. Okay. So first of all, as soon as I will start the motor will come to its rated speed within no time. Motor will come to its rated speed within no time, right? You will start the motor, it will immediately come to your rated RPM. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, घर में भी if you are starting some motor, ऐसा तो नहीं है ना, it is starting slowly. It is immediately is going to come to the rated RPM, right? Induction motor. And it is a self-starting motor. Induction motors are all self-starting motors. Okay. Now what will happen when the motor has come to my RPM? Suppose if I have not this part, ये सब लफड़ा नहीं है, ठीक है? All this friction, I have directly coupled my motor shaft to my horizontal shaft of the purifier. In that case, don't you think complete load of my purifier body is going to come onto my horizontal shaft and indirectly coming onto my motor?
Yes,
If I
sir.
don't use a friction clutch assembly or friction pads assembly, if I directly couple my motor to my horizontal shaft, then even in the standstill condition, my whole weight of my bowl or purifier is coming on what? Onto my vertical shaft? Bolo, complete bowl weight is coming onto my vertical shaft or not? In standstill condition also.
Yes, sir.
So that means it is in loaded state always. Okay, and if I start my motor in my loaded state, the starting current will shoot up. Okay, it will go excessively high and overload current trip will activate of their motor. Is it clear? Now, why I need this centrifugal clutch arrangement first of all? First of all, I want my purifier to start smoothly. Okay, operation will be smooth. Also, I want my purifier to be started in unloaded state. I don't have a unloader over here. I have a arrangement that is giving a effect of unloader. Okay, and that concept is about the centrifugal clutch and the friction pad assembly. Am I making any sense to you?
So one more
Hello
time you
guys.
repeat.
The friction pad and this clutch assembly is given for smooth starting of the motor. Okay, smooth starting of motor, starting of purifier. So purifier will pick up RPM very smoothly. It is not instantly coming to 1800 RPM पे तो नहीं आ रहा है ना, right? If motor is at 1800 RPM, yeah, purifier is not going to come immediately to that RPM, right? So it is smoothly giving starting to my this thing. In case there is any vibration, and even vibration or some sound is coming, you have time to stop it. Agreed? Then it prevents. This I am telling about what I'm writing here about. I'm writing about the friction pad and centrifugal clutch arrangement. I'm writing here about why it is provided. This friction pad assembly or centrifugal clutch. So it prevents the onload starting of the motor.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if onload starting is prevented, that means my starting current will be reduced.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now how it is happening? So you have a motor which will instantly come to the its rated RPM, 1800 RPM. But onto this motor, our friction boss is there. Onto this friction boss, we have this slots in which my friction pad goes. Okay, these friction pads are loosely fitted. It is not fixed by nut and bolts. It is loosely kept on into this slots of your friction boss. Okay, now as the motor rotates, the friction pads will be pushed outward. Agreed? Centrifugal
sir.
force will come into action. It will push the friction pads outward. And when the friction pads are pushed outward, it will come in contact with my centrifugal clutch inside part. Agreed? It will come in
Yes,
contact
sir.
here. But this is right now completely in loaded state. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
My horizontal shaft is in loaded state because all the vertical shaft, what you say, bowl weight and everything is coming onto my vertical shaft. Vertical shaft is, getting interlocked here or intermeshed with your worm and worm wheel arrangement here. So all the weight is there on the horizontal shaft also. So that means my horizontal shaft is in loaded state. So what will happen? This friction pad will, slip onto my friction clutch. Okay, they will start to get slip onto my friction clutch, and in that way, your friction pads will be slightly wearing out. Okay, it will starts to wear out, but it will give some momentum for my friction clutch, centrifugal clutch also. My centrifugal clutch also will try to rotate slightly. Friction is happening, but still it will try to rotate slightly. Bolo?
Yes, sir. Due to friction, due to the
Now that is why due to see, this arrangement is giving the power due to the friction only. Okay, but it is transmitting this power due to the friction force between your centrifugal clutch and your friction pad only. But it will be gradual. Your RPM will rise gradually. Slowly, friction will keep on reducing, and there will be one time then friction, this thing pads will be always in contact with your centrifugal clutch, and it will be maintaining the RPM. Agreed? So after 10 minutes of running and all, 1800 if the RPM is there of my motor, the same RPM will be there for my horizontal shaft.
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Okay. Now my 8000 RPM is for my vertical shaft. How it is getting changed? Because of the gear ratio. A bigger gear,
Gear ratio.
if a bigger gear is driving a smaller gear, agreed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that is why the RPM of your vertical shaft is increased. Okay. But why I am giving this friction pad or the centrifugal clutch arrangement, is that understood? What is the purpose of it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The clutch is just to allow the pads to fix to it so that it can
Clutch only will
rotate on.
transmit the power to your horizontal shaft, right? And when the friction will happen, it has to rotate, but it will rotate not with the same RPM as my friction pad is rotating in the friction boss, because friction pads will slide over it. When you आपने अगर अपनी बाइक्स में या फिर you have this disc brakes and all, as soon as you put the brake, your bike is not stopping at that point itself, right?
Ah, sir.
अंदर क्या है? You have friction pads inside. So
Yes, sir.
that will come in contact with the plate and it will try to reduce the RPM. Here it is opposite. Okay. Here with the friction, I'm increasing the RPM of the plate. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this part is clear to everyone, right? Vertical shaft, horizontal shaft, construction wise, how it is. Okay. And you have a brake, you can see here. On this part, you have a brake. Okay. If you engage the brake, then it will go and touch the brake lining onto your, or the friction pad over here is will be there, brake lining. That is going to touch onto your centrifugal clutch. And if the centrifugal clutch, it is going to engage, it is going to reduce the RPM. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, why do I need a brake actually? Why do I need a brake? I can just stop the motor and purifier will stop. What is the need of the brake?
The brake is used to stop the purifier at the time of stopping the purifier, so that the critical RPM can cross in very short period.
Yes. Okay. So now when your purifier is starting, okay, purifier is starting, it is started, complete RPM pickup will be normally 10 to 15 minutes max to max, right? Your friction pads will come in contact with the centrifugal clutch and the RPM will be picked up. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In 10 to 15 minutes, it will pick up. So in between that time, it will pass through a critical speed range. Critical speed range is what? What is critical speed? Vibration, guys. What is critical speed?
Sir, the speed in which the vibration of the machine is equal to the hull vibration. Resonance is
Actual frequency of vibration matches with
machine vibration.
induced vibrations. If this vibration is going to match, then there will be critical RPM. That means in the RPM range in which this phenomena is happening, that the natural frequency of my machinery is matching with the induced frequency of the vibrations of your ship and all. Okay. So what will happen? The amplitude of vibration is going to rise in that period. So you will be having a lot of vibration in certain time period. Okay. But during the running time, the motor is driving my horizontal shaft, agreed, by the friction and clutch arrangement. Okay. So it will cross this critical speed relatively faster. But now let us consider once you stop the motor. So motor will stop immediately, right? Motor is
Yes,
going to
sir.
stop. But this 8000 RPM is going to take a lot of time to come to zero. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
A lot of time to come to zero. Right now, my friction, once the motor is stopped, friction pad will also go down, isn't it? चला जाएगा कि नहीं? If the
हाँ जी
motor is
सर.
Yes, sir.
stopped. Okay. So this horizontal shaft or the vertical shaft, RPM drop will take a lot of time. And that is why in the stopping period of time, when you're stopping the purifier, the purifier will cross the critical speed range in a longer time as compared to the starting time. Starting में जल्दी निकल जाएगा speed से, but during stopping time it will take long time to stop. So that means it is going to pass with the, for example, I'll explain you with one example. Suppose this is 0 RPM and this is 8000 RPM. Okay, and my critical speed range for this machinery is, for example, 4000 RPM to 5000 RPM. Okay, when the speed of my machinery is this much, then my amplitude of vibration will be maximum. That means it will be passing through the critical speed range. Suppose this is my critical speed range. Okay, now during starting, because the motor is driving my shaft, it is going to pass this particular RPM zone relatively fast. As compared to when I'm stopping, it is going to go very slow. So it will consume more time in between this range. Agreed? If it is stopping slowly. Bolo. And if I kept my machinery for more period of time in my critical speed range, then the machinery will get damaged. Okay, the components will get damaged. And that is why while stopping, you have been given, nobody is using it, but still you have been given this brake arrangement so that you can stop the machinery relatively faster and to cross this critical speed range in a shorter period of time. Is it clear? Bolo, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So brake is okay to you?
Yes, sir.
The centrifugal clutch arrangement is okay to you? Agreed? The bearing part is okay to you? Okay. How to adjust vertical height and all, I'll come to that a bit later.
Excuse me,
Now
sir.
we'll go. Now, reason for overflowing. What could be the reasons?
Wrong size of gravity disk. Main seal ring. नहीं वो तो
Electron seal ring.
main seal ring नहीं होगा sir.
Main sealing ring is there. है क्यों
No
नहीं
no
है?
no.
Wrong selection of gravity disk.
Gravity disk.
तो main
Sealing
sealing तो
water
लीकेज का होगा ना.
हाँ तो उससे ओवरफ्लो तो होगा ही ना.
लास्ट टाइम हम लोग ने पढ़ा था कि ओवरफ्लोइंग और लीकेज दोनों अलग अलग चीज हैं.
अलग-अलग
सर ने
चीजें,
बोला
but you can say it in overflowing also. ना? It is kind of an overflow only if leakage is happening, right?
अच्छा ओके सर.
You can answer it, ना? क्या है उसमें? Too much rate of, too much throughput. Speed rate is too
बैक
high.
ये सब
Okay.
बैक प्रेशर
Too low fuel oil temperature.
बैक प्रेशर appropriately set.
Excessive sludge in purifier. RPM not appropriate. What does it mean?
bearing
Friction,
failures maybe.
friction
Friction
pads.
clutches.
Okay, friction pads are worn out. Okay, replace the friction pad. Then
Back pressure sir.
high temperature of fuel oil.
Fuel oil yes, sir.
Then
Displacement water not proper, sir.
yes, sealing of bowl
What
is not proper. That means main sealing ring leaking.
Feed rate high.
लिख दिया ऊपर थ्रूपुट ना, मेन sealing ring leaking.
Back pressure sir also.
Back pressure not appropriate. According to what? According to feed, huh?
According to the free throughput.
Yeah, I told you according to feed you have to adjust the back pressure, right?
Yes sir.
Then if solenoid valves are malfunctioning, operating water pressure low, That means filter is clogged, huh? I told you in line 1 filter is there, right? After the hydrophore, a reducer valve comes and then a filter is there. Agreed?
हाँ जी सर एक फिल्टर था आपने बताया था.
Then there can be many. I can write many. Okay, if the holes actual holes of operating water, or there are plugs or the holes or the channels of the operating water are clogged.
Height is not adjusted properly.
Holes of operating water.
सर भाई होल्स के लिए तो ये भी कह सकते हैं जो वर्टिकल शाफ्ट का जो हाइट है वो मिसमैच हो गया है.
Vertical shaft height. How vertical shaft height will lead to overflow?
सर क्योंकि
सर
जो
प्रॉपर मैच नहीं होगा तो फिर
वाटर ब्लॉक का
हम
जो
लोग
पैसेज होता है वो वाटर
Yes.
ब्लॉक का पैसेज पार्शियली ब्लॉक हो जाएगा.
Yes. So if
वो ओवरफ्लो नहीं लीकिंग होगा वो.
wait, if suppose this is the point from where my operating water is going and this is the point from where my de-sludge water is going. So when the water is coming, it is coming over here, right? What will happen if the vertical shaft is up, gone up or little bit down? If suppose it is gone little bit down, then these point will change here, right? The point from where my water is coming will be shifted over here. So if the vertical shaft has gone down, agreed? This is the point from where now water cannot go is here, right?
yes sir.
यहाँ पे देखो. If suppose this is the part from which my water is flowing and this is the hole from where the water is going inside, right? These are the holes. Now, if vertical shaft has come down, don't you think this two will misalign? These two lines are going to misalign with each other.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if they are going to misalign, the certain degree is 1 or 2 mm is still okay, it will still go. But if more than that, then the oil holes, or sorry, the water holes that are coming from your bottom water distribution range will not match the holes of your bowl. Agreed? And if they does not match with each other, then the water might not go into my bottom of my sliding bowl and all. Agreed? And then it will not do the de-sludge, or it will not give the operating water, and then purifier will what do you say, overflow. If the bowl does not close, it will overflow, right? So vertical height is not proper.
Misaligned.
Okay. Then what?
Sir, can we include viscosity is less? Oil viscosity.
What? Oil viscosity वो टेम्परेचर में ही आ गया ना.
Oil.
ठीक है, वो टेम्परेचर भी लिख सकते हो. ओके, ऑयल विस्कोसिटी इज हाई, वो टेम्परेचर वाले में रीजन में आ गया और लो. ठीक है, if I am not increasing the temperature, fuel oil temperature, then viscosity will affect, right? So these are the few points that you can give over there. Okay.
So can
What
you
are the
explain how RPM if not appropriate?
If
Then
RPM is not appropriate, then hold on. Okay, I'll go over here in this figure.
so is it because the interface will be formed inwards?
Yes. See,
Okay.
at this part, okay, if RPM is not appropriate, what will happen? Will your purifier will be separating the force that was acting on your solid contents and your water contents will be
No,
same
sir.
as before? No.
No,
Okay.
no.
So what will happen to your interface?
It will either if it is speed is more, then it will go to periphery. It will if it is less, it will come to
It
the
will go
water side.
inward. And when
Yes,
it
sir.
goes inward, then what is going to happen? Overflow is going to happen from the oil
Water
side.
will be coming from oil side. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is
Understood, sir.
overflow.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Now we'll discuss about
Then also the
yes. Bolo.
This mashes when gear, both the gear, vertical and horizontal gear mashes. If they are worn out also, then RPM will not be
that
reached.
that is worn out, it will go stop only, right?
Okay.
You can write more, right? आप और भी लिख सकते हो, ठीक है? But this
Yes,
much is
sir.
more than enough right now for us. Now
Yes,
next is suppose water is coming out from the oil side. What could be the reason?
Size of the gravity disk is less.
Oil side.
RPM is
These
slow.
kind of questions they will ask you, water coming out from oil side. What could be the reason?
Incorrect size of gravity disk.
Gravity size
Gravity
is
disk
low.
is smaller.
Small is low. So yes, sir. Small. Speed is low.
Feed rate is high or low?
Yes, sir.
What
Low,
could be?
low.
Huh?
Feed rate is small. Low. Low feed
The
rate.
back pressure is low, sir.
Feed rate and back pressure not adjusted properly. ऐसे लिख सकता हूँ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bowl is dirty
Yes, sir.
or bowl discs choke with carbon. Okay, sludge and all.
Sludge port. Yes, sir.
Or what else?
Sir, excessive sludge deposit.
हो गया ना ये bowl disc choke with sludge, excessive sludge हो गया ना, ठीक है? Or if the de-sludge water, no. Okay, enough, ठीक है? Next, what we'll discuss is about suppose if vibrations are high, what could be the reasons?
So worm and worm wheel alignment are not properly aligned.
Frictional pad is worn out.
Can I say bearing damage?
Yes, sir.
Bearing
Bearing
damage कर
damage.
सकता हूँ एक मिनट, ठीक है? Then
Sludge
too much
deposition.
sludge, too much sludge.
Sludge deposition. Yes, sir. Too much sludge.
Okay, uneven sludge deposition. Or worn gear, worm wheel arrangement. Worn gear will
Yes,
also
sir.
lead to somebody said it also. Yeah. Then
Yes, sir.
uneven wear in friction pads.
Sir, अगर belt
Just advice
driven
to
हो
all of
तो
you, just advice, a good advice as per my experience to all of you is when vibration starts to happen, always check once your friction pads. ठीक है? एक बार friction pad देखो पूरा purifier खोलने से बैठी, ठीक है? Otherwise you will
foundation
open up everything. Yes, बोलो.
sir, foundation bolts loose.
Yes, foundation bolts loose.
सर अगर बेल्ट ड्रिवन होगा तो सर उसमें क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हो सकता है?
Belt can little bit enlarge. I will come to that also. ठीक है?
Okay,
Then
okay.
I will come to belt driven also. ठीक है? Foundation bolts are loose. Or you can say
Centrifugal brake partially engaged.
huh?
Brakes engaged partially.
Okay, height not proper. That means your vertical height is not proper. And what you were saying, Keshav?
Brakes engaged partially.
Okay. Brakes. Partially तो ऐसा होता नहीं है कि partially engaged हो या तो पूरा ही होगा. Okay, leave this. Right. Either it will be fully engaged or it will be not engaged at all. All right. Next we'll come to purifier not de-sludging.
Sludge ports are choked.
Insufficient dislodge water.
Solenoid
Sludge
valve
ports,
not working properly.
sludge ports are choked, right?
Choked. Yes, sir. Solenoid wall block is choked.
Solenoid valve is not working.
Solenoid,
Filter
or
choked.
I can say de-sludge
Filter
water,
choked.
pressure not enough, or what do you say?
Valve
Solenoid valve
close.
malfunction. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Solenoid valve malfunction. De-sludge, solenoid valve malfunction.
Sir, this solenoid valve is same which is operate the operating water.
किसी किसी में सेम भी रहता है दोनों, ठीक है, 3 वे रहता है, किसी किसी में you have separate for both. Okay, in Westphalia and all it is, in Westphalia you have only one what you say solenoid valve for de-sludge also and for operating water also. Those who have done Westphalia, they will understand that. Okay, 2 waters are not there. Okay, only one water is there, that is operating water. It is acting as de-sludge water also, and it is acting as operating water also. But in your this other purifiers, it will be separate solenoids given. Okay. Okay, de-sludge solenoid valve malfunction or sliding ball is, suppose the sliding ball, because of the carbon or because of the sludge, it is seized. So it will not come down. There are O-rings now on the sides of the sliding ball. Okay. Suppose because of the carbon and your this thing, it is get seized there, then sliding ball will not come down and purifier will not de-sludge. If water distribution ring holes are choked,
So
this is
ये
mounted
water
on your
distribution
vertical shaft, right? Pairing disc भी बोल देते हैं इसको. Okay. Water pairing disc बोल देते हैं कई बार इसको. Okay, in your Mitsubishi. Okay, if these holes are choked, so water is not coming to my purifier itself, my de-sludge water. So purifier will not de-sludge. Agreed? Or you can say the filter is choked. De-sludge water filter is choked.
Sir, in case the pilot valve got choked, maybe the reason the Teflon plug you said no.
Pilot valve choked, then it will
not drain.
or you can say choke to nahi hota hai. You can say the O-rings might break and all, and then it will leak and it will lead to overflow. Okay, it will release the water from the down below of your sliding ball and it will cause an overflow actually. Okay, seas to normally nahi hota because hydraulic pressure and centrifugal pressure is always not too much to be this thing. Okay, how to adjust ball height?
Vertical shaft adjustment.
So you have height adjusting bolt. I told you, right?
Thrust bearing के नीचे वाला ना sir.
Yes.
Shims. So we can also add or remove shims.
Then shims are there. Okay. Shims add or remove. Okay, but nowadays very few purifiers will have this add or remove. Okay. And the best way is to replace the bearings. Okay. Okay. What is else that we need to discuss? Okay. What is the difference between a purifier and a clarifier? That is good thing. What is the difference between purifier and clarifier?
So purifier separates.
Okay, one more question before this. One more question before this. What will happen if you are going to, change the phases of the motor? Suppose Bhatti Saab has opened up your motor and while putting it back, RYB, he did not connect RYB to RYB. He has connected RYB to YRB. So what will happen if the phases are interchanged?
So it will rotate anti-clockwise over.
Fair enough. Your purifier will rotate at opposite direction.
Opposite
will
direction.
It create any problem?
Yes, sir.
So it will not attain its rated RPM.
Why?
So because the frictional
Sir, when
the motor will rotate in a stern direction, it will rotate at the same RPM. Why it will not achieve rated RPM?
May I? Sir, the purifier will be rotate with same RPM. It will not affect to the function of purifier. It will affect only the feed oil. It will not feed the oil to the purifier. Like
why?
because the purifier will rotate in opposite direction. The pump will not uh,
So you
not
have to
fulfill the.
mention here, in case purifier feed pump is attached pump, then the attached pump will also rotate in opposite direction. So suction and
Yes,
discharge
sir.
will
Yes.
change.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In case you have to mention this, in case we have a attached pump, then the suction and discharge of the gear pump will change and it will not feed into my purifier. That is one problem. Okay. Anything else?
No, sir.
Also, the problem is you have a
We adding serial
centripetal
level.
pump,
सर वो
right?
मतलब ऑयल बाहर फेंकना शुरू कर देगा पेरिफेरी पे.
Yes. ठीक है. So these are the problems if your purifiers is going to rotate in opposite direction. Okay.
क्या बोला
Right.
फिर से?
ये लो
सर
पॉइंट फिर से बताइए.
सर फिर से बता दीजिए एक बार.
हाँ.
सर सेंटीमीटर फोर्स वाला सेंटीमीटर पंप वाला.
सेंट्रीपिटल.
See. Centripetal pump. Now, centripetal pump, how does it work?
So
Is it a
it takes
rotating part?
section. Yes, sir.
It is a rotating.
Yes, sir. From outwards, it goes to inwards.
Is
The
the
f-
centripetal pump rotating?
No sir, it's
No, sir.
just
No,
It
it
is
is not rotating.
it is not rotating. It is a stationary part, right?
yes, sir.
But what is rotating is your
सेंट्रीफ्यूगल.
centrifugal force in your oil,
प्यूरिफायर. ऑयल.
right? That is what is going inside the veins. Now your vein angles is different because your purifier is rotating at a different what you say direction.
डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन.
Okay, so the centripetal force will not be there. That okay. Now, what else they ask?
The purifier is not picking up the RPM.
Ball height. We have discussed ball height, right? What will happen if the ball height changes? क्या बोला आपने question?
So, what if purifier is not picking up the RPM?
Friction pads.
वन आउट.
Section pads worn out है. We don't
ठीक है.
have what to do.
Or clutch. Okay, clutch problem can be centrifugal clutch problem can be there if that will also wear out with time, huh? Slowly. So if it had not been replaced for a very long period of time, then that can also create a problem. Then the problem can be of your motor.
Motor is running in a single phase or so.
मोटर का प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. ठीक है. द मोटर इज डिफेक्टिव और व्हाट इट इज नॉट मेंटेनिंग द करेक्ट 1800 आरपीएम पे है तो इट इज नॉट रोटेटिंग. इफ सपोज एट 1800 आरपीएम देन इट कैन बी अ प्रॉब्लम.
And so, worm wheel alignment.
Worm wheel का it will not create much of an issue until it is worn too much. Your what you say gear on your horizontal shaft will wear with time. You will see आपको थोड़ा सा जब when you will clean the sump you will see some goldenish color onto sump. That is your gear wheel is wearing out. It will wear. It is a sacrificial gear. Okay. The gear onto your vertical shaft is a sacrificial gear. In case of any problem comes, this gear will wear out, but not the gear of your vertical shaft. Okay, that is a sacrificial gear on the horizontal shaft. If that it wears too much, then yes, your RPM is going to drop. Okay.
The
Now, what is
reasons
the
of reasons of
Yes.
sludge accumulation in the bowl.
reasons of sludge accumulation in the bowl? So you can say about it like your
Sludge
fuel oil is
is good.
your fuel oil is too much dirty, or the correct temperature you're not maintaining. Okay, for purifier fuel oil. Then you can say cleaning is not done periodically. Okay, periodically you are not cleaning the purifier, then the sludge accumulation will be high. Agreed. And if
Yes, sir.
the de-sludge interval normally for HFO purifiers we are keeping for 2 hours, if the time duration has been increased, then sludge accumulation will start to rise more. Agreed.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The
Now,
valve is also closed.
what?
सर वो फ्लश पोर्ट का valve भी रहता है ना, ओपन करना रहता है, वो भी क्लोज है.
Yes, that can also be reason. Now, what is the difference between a purifier and a clarifier?
The purifier separates water from oil, basically, And clarifier separates solid from oil.
Okay.
No gravity
First
disk in
point,
clarifier.
it is used to separate two
It is
liquids
separate of different densities.
of different densities. Okay. It is used to separate your, you can say it separates out water and
Sludge.
sludge. Okay. Now, do I have a this thing on clarifier? Clarifier
Gravity.
is only working on removing your solid parts, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, no
It
gravity
also
disk
removes
will
it
work in a
also removes
clarifier.
some of the water part. I will show you how. Okay, but normally we discuss it like this. Then in the purifier, I have one fuel oil inlet, one fuel oil outlet, and one water outlet. Agreed? Here in
Sir,
this
what are
part,
you?
I have fuel inlet and fuel outlet. I don't have any water outlet here, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then the here top disk is with neck. Neck समझते हो क्या होता है? This is how your
हाँ
top
sir.
disk is. Okay, this is the neck part. Okay, because you have to separate it into water and this thing. Okay, is with neck. And here on the clarifier part, no neck on the top disk. Agreed? Now here my disk stack
You don't have holes, sir.
have
Feed
holes.
holes. Yes, sir.
No holes on disk stack. Then it requires gravity disk.
Yes, sir. It doesn't have.
Because I have to maintain an interface, right?
Yes, sir.
It does not have gravity disk. It has two pairing disks. Okay.
Oil pairing distance. Sir, basically काम क्या होता है
One.
सर ये?
This is a centripetal pump only. Okay.
अच्छा ये
One for
pairing
water.
disk अपना.
Yes, pairing disk is also known as your centripetal pump. This is a top one. Bottom one pairing disk there. That's why I'm calling it as a water distribution ring. Okay. So do not get confused with that. So one is for clean oil outlet. It is a centripetal pump only, yeah? Pairing disk. Okay. Don't get
हाँ sir.
confused by it. Okay. And one is for water outlet. And in here, I have only one pairing disk.
सर ये वाटर आउटलेट तो अपना सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स की वजह से भी जाता है ना वहाँ?
Yeah, but it is have a centripetal pump there, na? ठीक है?
सर लोकेशन किधर है इसका पेइंग डिस्क का?
दिखाता हूँ इनको. ठीक है? Then we have, hold on. So this is, hold on. This is the this is friction boss, huh? Can you see the slots and the friction pads? 6 to 1.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. this part. This is my gravity disk. This is my centripetal pump, which is the pairing disk of oil. Okay. And this is my, one is for oil pairing disk and one is for water pairing disk. Okay. Is it clear?
सर ये 113 नंबर जो है, यही नेक की बात कर रहे थे ना आपसे?
Neck, yes, this यहाँ ये जो neck है, okay, on this part.
हाँ,
Yeah, I'll
okay.
show you. In,
So what is 120?
hold on. Send this. No, it's not. So you see here, this is known as neck. Okay, is it
Yes,
clear?
yes.
Okay. Now, why these lines are provided over here? Even in the disk stack, you will see these lines are provided in your plates and all.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This time.
Lines are
Surface area.
provided. Why it is provided?
Surface area.
Because you are going to compress the, while putting the bowl nut, na? Then you are going to compress the disk stack and then only you are putting the bowl locking nut. Agreed? So your disks should not, what do you say, stick with each other. And that is why, this sort of divisions are provided so that the others, when the disk is
maintain
going
a
to come,
gap.
it is going to maintain a proper gap between these two. Okay?
Okay.
Now, next is requires displacement water or the sealing water.
Okay.
It does not require.
सर पेयरिंग डिस्क का कोई है क्या फोटो सर दिखा सकते हो क्या?
Pairing disk. Okay. क्या चाहिए? फोटो चाहिए क्या? लिखवाना है कुछ?
सर एक क्वेश्चन था.
दिखा भी दो फोटो अगर है तो.
सर आपने लिखा रिक्वायर सीलिंग वाटर नहीं लिखा है ना उसमें, डज नॉट रिक्वायर सीलिंग वाटर. फिर वो लूजनिंग कैसे करेगा फिर?
No,
Losing of sludge.
it is there. It will come. See, those who have done Westphalia and all. Okay. So what is this purifier? If somebody can tell me, hold on, I'll show you the diagram. At least for loosening part, I will require it. Okay. But for other part, for maintaining interface and all, I don't require it. Okay. That's why it is mentioned like that.
Okay, sir.
Hold on, let me just figure it out. Where is that? Parts for vertical shaft.
सर पेयरिंग डिस्क जो वाटर आउटलेट वाला है और वाटर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ड्रिंक है वो सेम है ना?
Just take me though. Okay. Can somebody tell me from this diagram what kind of purifier it is or what is clarifier? Those who have done Westphalia, is it a purifier or clarifier? Who sent this manual to me? Devashi Saxena. Huh? So it is a clarifier. Okay. Is there any gravity disk over here?
So 330 वाला तो लग रहा है सर, 330 gravity disk लग रहा है.
This 230, is it with
330
neck or without neck? Is this 230?
Without neck, sir.
Without
It
neck.
is without neck. Agreed.
Holes
are not there. 330 you are saying gravity disk. It is not a gravity disk. आपका centripetal pump को भी you need a casing. Okay. 330 centripetal pump chamber cover. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So in this also, normally these Westphalia PUs I have done. Okay. There will be sealing water here also. But that is only provided for the loosening of the sludge during the de-sludge period of time. Okay.
Okay, sir.
सर वो नेक के बारे में जरा फिर से बताना क्या था उसका पर्पस?
Which one? Neck. So you see here, is there any neck over here? on the top disc?
No, sir. No, sir.
Neck means what? Gardan, right? ऐसे है if your top disc. This is neck. Agreed?
इसका
क्या
पर्पस
तब
क्या है सर
purpose?
प्यूरीफायर में?
This is the. It is going to divide your water and your oil, na? Agreed?
वो ग्रेविटी डिस्क लगेगा वहाँ.
It is dividing, na? The two parts, water and your oil. The neck part.
Yes,
तो
yes.
Okay.
वाटर तो है नहीं तो इजी ओके सर.
Yes. If the water is not present over there, then why I need to give a neck part? Agreed?
Sir, before you said we want to change from purifier to clarifier by removing this back pressure valve, we can change it.
See, nowadays, पहले तो आपको different mechanism था. If let me write it after that, I will go to that point. Huh? Nowadays, are new things that they have given that you just open one valve, close one valve, and it will change to clarifier mode only. Okay, I will come to that. So, act as a centripetal pump. Works on centripetal force. Bearing this remains stationary.
सर वो रिपेयरिंग जिसका फोटो भेज दिया मैंने, बस चेक कर लीजिए.
Stationary. While 1 minute. Huh? While. Yeah, this is your pairing disk, ना? Yes, अभी पूछो क्या पूछना था किसी को? Tell me guys.
वो पेयरिंग डिस्क, यस सर, पेयरिंग डिस्क जो है वाटर आउटलेट वाला और डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन रिंग जो आपने बताया था वो सेम है.
Yes. देखो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन रिंग उसको भी पेयरिंग डिस्क बोल देते हैं, ठीक है? एंड दैट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन रिंग इज योर which will come in bottom of the this thing, right?
मतलब वाटर को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करने के लिए, जैसे क्लोजिंग वाटर, ओपनिंग वाटर.
Yes, this de-sludge water and operating water को, you know, this part, okay, water distribution ring. It is also known as sometimes pairing disk code. Okay, you can see there are two hoses are there. One is for de-sludge and one is for operating water. Operating water will come from these holes. De-sludge water will come from these holes. Okay, sides of the holes. Okay, so this is also known as pairing disk only. Okay, but normally to not get confusion about it, we call it also as your water distribution ring. Clear?
Yes sir.
Now, in case I have to change my purifier into clarifier. Yeah, बोलो.
Excuse me sir.
Yeah.
सर प्यूरीफायर में तो टोटल दो होंगे ना वाटर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन रिंग, एक टॉप में और एक बॉटम में शाफ्ट के.
फिर से बोलो क्या बोल रहे?
ये जो वाटर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन रिंग बताया आपने, तो प्यूरीफायर में टोटल दो होंगे, एक शाफ्ट के टॉप पर, एक शाफ्ट के बॉटम में, जो अभी आपने दिखाया.
Why?
सर वो बॉटम वाला पेयरिंग डिस्क को भी आपने वाटर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ही बोला ना, तो इसमें कंफ्यूज हो गया.
That's why I'm telling you इसको हम water distribution ring बोलते हैं. Okay, the top pairing disc will be different. That is for one for water, the centripetal pump. This is not a centripetal pump. Okay, so top one is different. That is one centripetal pump for your water side, one centripetal pump for your oil side. Okay.
Okay.
यहाँ पे मैनुअल में देख लेते हैं what the name is given. Okay. इसका तो we have seen, right? See this one, right? Water supplying this device. Normally, sometimes you will see it is also mentioned as pairing disc only. Huh? In the manual only I've read it. Okay. That's why I've called this as water distribution ring. Okay. And it is accepted by surveyors also. Or device. All right. Now, how to convert my purifier into clarifier?
We can use a blank plate or a blank disc at the bottom.
Okay. Use or replace disk stack with new, which does not have
Neck and holes.
holes. Okay, or what you can do, if you don't have so many disks, just replace
Top one.
top and bottom disks with out holes. Okay, बीच वाले में holes रहेगा, no problem, but others you replace it. Then
Yes, sir.
top disk has to be replaced.
Yes,
And
sir.
shut off the ceiling water supply.
Top disk
Remove the gravity disk.
without neck. Then ceiling water supply shut, right?
Yes.
Ajit.
सर बट इसका सीलिंग वाटर सप्लाई शट करेंगे तो फिर हम लोग को फिर कंडीशनिंग वाटर मतलब
I told you that it is only given during de-sludge time. Okay. Otherwise, you
अच्छा
can, you can do it from this panel. Okay.
Night one.
You have to change it from purifier mode to clarifier mode. It will only give water during your de-sludging period of time. Okay.
अच्छा वो मोड उसमें होता है पैनल में.
Yes, you have to change it.
ओके ओके देन फिर तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा सर.
Remove gravity disk. Okay, you have to remove the gravity disk. So is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now
टॉप डिस्क विदाउट नेक ये वो नया लगाना पड़ेगा मतलब दूसरा.
बोला ना top disk without neck.
सर नेक की वजह से ये ऑयल और वाटर सेपरेट रहता है ना.
मतलब उसको
Yes.
हटा देना है.
हटा देना है. Yes, you have to change it with the without neck part.
ओके ओके.
Okay. So अभी कुछ रह गया क्या? You think something is remaining? Normally, most of the questions we have discussed. Let me give you a slight, idea of the purifier.
Blank करना है ना sir.
I'll give you a slight idea of the purifier, this curve. Okay. Characteristic curve of purifier. Okay.
Sir, checks and maintenance.
Overhauling करना है क्या?
नहीं सर.
Is it required overhauling? Overhauling, I think we will get it from YouTube में कोई भी वीडियो देख लेना, मिल जाएगा आपको, है ना?
सर ओवरफ्लो का मतलब हो गया कि जो ऑयल है वो वाटर साइड से जा रहा है ना.
Both side it can be there. Okay.
बोथ साइड.
Sir, regarding border, small doubt. I'll ask at last after finishing this.
Yes. क्या डाउट है बोलो ना. What's the doubt?
Actually, how we will test this low water level alarm and high water level alarm manually in the boiler,
Okay.
not adjusting the set points, sir. Manually, how we will do.
Hold on. First, we'll complete this one. Huh? We don't.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is not this what I'm going to explain you. Okay, it is not asked too much actually, but still I'll give you some slight idea of it. Okay, this is the characteristic curve of your purifier motor. Okay, now you see just what is happening. As soon as you will see here on your x-axis, time is given. On your y-axis, RPM and ampere is given for motor. Okay, so 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000 is your RPM, 5, 10, 15, 20 is your ampere. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as soon as you start the motor, the current will initially drop. Why? Because right now my friction pads is not in contact with my, what do you say,
Centrifugal clutches.
clutches. Okay, and then it will immediately rise. Okay, starting current will immediately rise. Okay, now when the starting current is rising, okay, it is no, at this period of time it is only slipping, right? It is only slipping. That's what you say. My friction pads is only slipping onto my clutch arrangement. Okay, so that much load is not coming onto my shaft and all. Okay, so initial torque, when as soon as your motor starts, okay, it is more. That is why you're starting from 25. Okay, or almost 25 it is, right, ampere.
Yes, sir.
But it is going to drop slightly. But as my friction pads, starts to engage, what happens? Current
Again
rises.
rises.
Okay, now when the rated RPM has been achieved at this current level, you see the rated RPM has been achieved over here of my purifier bowl. This is the bowl picking up the speed. Okay, my rated RPM has been achieved. Now, after the rated RPM has been achieved, my current will starts to drop because of the centrifugal force. The weight will be lifted up from your vertical shaft slightly.
Yeah.
Okay, so your curve will come down of the ampere. Ampere is coming down, but my right now my RPM will be stable only. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because RPM it is depending upon the gear ratio of my bevel gear arrangement, or sorry, worm and worm wheel gear arrangement. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Now at this point, I have already achieved my RPM. Okay, I have already achieved my RPM. Now what you are going to do is you're going to start feed inlet. So when I'm going to start my feed inlet, doesn't my weight on purifier will increase?
Yes,
You're giving sealing water, displacement water, you're giving feed inlet. So weight of the bowl has increased, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there will be a slight rise in my ampere. Okay, and then ampere will again come down. Once the purifier is again picked up slightly the RPM, it will again come down. You can see यहाँ पे भी there is a very slight drop in RPM. Can you see here? It is not exactly straight, right? There is a very slight drop.
Yes, sir.
Okay, as my motor ampere has increased because of the weight I'm putting onto my water weight and my oil weight I'm putting inside my purifier, the ampere rises and the RPM is going to slightly drop. Okay, very minimalistic. Okay, it is not too much. But once it maintains RPM, now you see again the ampere is constant until my de-sludge time comes. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll raise this part one more time. So my ampere is going to be steady until the de-sludge time comes. This is the time when the de-sludge period will come. Okay, you can see till now my RPM is still constant. Okay, now what will happen? Again, my recirculation valve is opened and my water will be injected. Bolo, water is injected. Guys,
Yes, sir.
displacement water, right? Slight
Yes,
increase.
Yes, sir.
And then you see here, when my de-sludge is happening, my ampere is rising. Also, my RPM is dropping.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why the RPM drops? Because induction motor, if the load increases, RPM drops
RPM drops.
because flux drops, right?
Yes, sir.
So what happens now is, as I'm giving the de-sludge water, the ampere will sharply rise. Okay, it will go up to this 15 or 18 amps and all. Okay, 18 amps and all. And then again, as my RPM has been also dropped because of it, again the RPM will pick up. Again, your current will be coming down. As the purifier has picked up the RPM, when my sliding ball closes, again the weight will come on, not to my vertical shaft, but on the sliding ball and the water present over there. And my RPM is going, ampere is going to drop, and then it will be steady for the next cycle until again de-sludge comes. So this is the characteristic curve of your purifier. of motor. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Normally they are not asking this in class 4. Even in class 2, they don't even ask a single question from purifier. But still, it's my job to tell you about the characteristic curve. Okay.
Sir, why it is started from 25 ampere?
Initially, whenever you start a motor, you have to have certain current to start it.
Yes.
Initial current will always be high. Okay, it is
Okay,
not
sir.
too much high also. You
And
see, it is not too much high. It is unloaded first of all. That's why it is taken 25. Suppose if it was loaded, there was no friction clutch and this arrangement, it has gone, completely up. Okay. So it was
why
started.
before the
Yes, go on.
de-sludge, sir, it is going down. I understood that why it is 25 because of you are starting the
Initial.
motor at that time current is more. I
Hmm.
understood that. And before the de-sludge, the current is going down. Why?
Before de-sludge.
Just yes, sir.
Here, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Because your oil has been displaced by displacement water.
Okay.
Okay, oil has been displaced by displacement water. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then when the displacement water has displaced it, your oil is not present inside it. Okay, only water to some extent is present. Then the weight comparatively is lesser, and that's why a slight drop is there. And then it will sharply increase as soon as the sliding bowl weight will come onto my this thing. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Also,
Understood, sir.
also the water is at this time draining from the underneath side of my sliding bowl. So I am reducing the weight of my bowl.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then suddenly my sliding ball will come down and suddenly a rise will be there. Agreed? First of all, oil has been displaced. Second thing, from the bottom of my sliding ball also I am releasing the water, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
bowl to open, if my sliding ball has to come down, I have to release the water beneath my sliding bowl.
Yes,
Agreed?
sir.
If I remove that water, my weight is again coming down of my complete bowl. Complete bowl का weight और नीचे आ रहा है if I am removing the
Understood.
water.
Understood, sir.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this was regarding your characteristic curve, and we discussed about your de-sludge part.
Sir, doubt, sir.
हाँ बोलो.
Sir, what happened if our frictional pad has been worn out, then and in it showed we don't have any extra, then what can we
नहीं
do?
फिर से बोलो. What?
In case of frictional pad has been worn out completely,
Yes.
then and in it showed we don't have any extra, then in that case what can we do?
Normally क्या करते हो ना आप friction pad को लो and you make some cuts. Okay, like this. You increase the friction area. Make some cuts onto your old one also you will be having, right? So on the pad you will see these cuts, right? Like your tires में आपके cuts रहते हैं. That is to maintain grip. Agreed?
Yes,
On your
sir.
tires, you have car tires or your bike tires or your scooter tires. You have certain cuts on that, na? Flat to nahi hai. Agreed? That cuts are giving you what? Friction. That means the grip. So if your friction pads are not present or spares may, you take the old one, if whichever is the best condition, and then purposely make some cuts like this onto the friction pad, and then you can use it. Okay, until your spares comes. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Vertical height. I think everyone might know about the vertical height and all. Okay. Where to take it and all. This one. Okay. So normally what we do is, first of all, see 2 points have been given, A and B. Okay. Normally A to सबने check किया होगा, isn't it? Yeah. When you put the ball on top of your assemble होने के बाद, you'll put a scale, long scale, and then with a vernier caliper you measure this distance. This distance you will see from your particular model. Okay. And with that, you can come to know how much my vertical height is. Agreed? How much the tolerance is given? Plus minus 1. If suppose my vertical height comes 112 mm, what I'm going to do? Use height adjusting bolt to increase 1 mm. Okay? I can still use 112 mm also I can use. Suppose 110 mm आया 110. Tolerance is how much? 112 or 114. इस रेंज में रहना चाहिए. Agreed? My vertical height.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I'll do 1110 है. I will by adjusting bolt, height adjusting bolt, I will increase 2 mm. So my shaft will little bit come up. When the shaft will come up, this will also increase. A will also increase. Agreed?
सर ये वाली लाइन फिर से बताइएगा मेरा इंटरनेट डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था.
Okay. So first of all, the vertical height is taken between your bowl and the body. Okay. So what you will do, you will put a scale over here, long scale, okay, which should not bend. And then with a vernier caliper, you are going to measure this distance. This is your vertical height.
तो नीचे वाला कौन सा है?
Sir, I have
This is
sent
also
a photo. Just you can check it.
it is for what? Checking vertical height.
Yeah,
Yes, this
yes,
one.
sir.
Yes. So बहुत ही clear है photo. Okay, so you can see he has put a scale on top of your bowl. Okay, I think it's Westphalia, I guess. I don't know. Looks like Westphalia to me. Okay, and you are checking the
Mitsubishi.
okay,
Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi. Okay, and you are checking the vertical height over here, right? He's checking the vertical height. Normally, he's using a depth gauge. You can also use a vernier caliper to check it. Clear? And the importance I have already told you about it, right? Importance is understood to everyone. What is the importance of it?
सर एक तो सर बाउल है और दूसरा केसी है.
Yeah, this is the purifier body.
Okay, और ये वाला बाउल है height, बाउल
Bowl
body.
height. Yeah. And if the bowl is not present, then you can check it from the B part also. Okay. Normally B to calculate B, it is a very difficult process because आप scale नहीं रख पाओगे. See, you can see this part is protruding outside, right? If I want to put a scale, you can see in this part also. This is coming down, na? Escape. Agreed. So normally we don't go for this B part. We go for the A part only, and that is to check the bowl height. Okay. It is given without the ball itself. We can check the height of your vertical shaft. Clear? If I don't
measure,
normally we don't measure it, but if you remove the bowl and you want to check the height of vertical shaft, then also you can check it. उसके बाद
सर
कितना
ये
height रह
बी
जाएगा?
मेजर करते वक्त
हाँ बोलो, ये height रह जाएगा?
सर ये बी मेजर करते वक्त जो शाफ्ट में जो थ्रेडिंग होती है उसको इंक्लूड करते हैं कि नहीं?
No, in this one it will not be included. This type of purifier it is not included. Some purifiers, yes, it is included. Some purifiers it is included, but in this specific purifier it is not included. So I will suggest you go only for A. Okay, when they will ask you. ठीक है, उसमें confusion नहीं है because that is same for all purifiers. Is it clear? Vertical height where to take?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. And the significance is understood to everyone. Bolo, the significance is understood to everyone, right? Okay, how to adjust is that is also understood to everyone. Okay, now you tell me, is there anything extra that other teachers has taught here? Anything extra? Other than that, I'll cap रह गया अभी. Okay, I will take it, but please someone send me alpha level purifier manual. Okay, I will be needing it.